What's up, everybody? Remington from Impulse Creative, and today we're going to talk about how to create branching logic in Drift chat playbooks so that you can route conversations based on information that people provide. Now, by default, Drift doesn't have this yet in regards to the branching logic, but what they do have is the ability for you to skip questions, and so it just takes kind of a reset in your brain in order to make this work. But the fundamental thing you have to really understand is that this takes planning regardless of whether you have a tool that has branch logic or not. You have to understand which direction people are going to go based on options they're going to choose or keywords they're going to bring up. So when you get started, one of the things you have to do is you have to start out with some kind of a template so that you can align the questions the way that you want. And this could be you scribbling it on a whiteboard wall. This could be using the chat template that we have, which I'll show you in just a second. Or it could be that you're just building out conversations and then realizing that they don't have to be linear. So if you have questions about this, feel free to reach out in the comments or hit me up on Twitter at RemingtonBeg. But I'm going to dig in and kind of show you an example about how you can start thinking about this. And I'd love to hear how you're using this type of tool or how this could help you. So when we go into our conversational marketing template, which this is available for download in the comments of this video, you'll see that you've got a very linear view and it almost like a text message on your phone, right? So you can go through and you can start planning your conversation and some of the variations. But when you get to the option to choose A or B, and B needs to ask some extra questions and maybe be routed to another destination, or A goes through the normal flow, you can have a couple different branches that go off. And what you have to do is you have to plan that strategy. So with the conversational marketing template, you can choose to go through what it would be for option A. And then what you could do is you could create a branch of option B, if you would, or you could create two completely separate documents and use that from a planning perspective so you can get approval. It's very important to think about conversational marketing as a one-on-one conversation. And if you get too many different branches, you may lose sight of what you're trying to accomplish for an individual. So as you go through and you plan out your conversation in the template, something that you've got to start thinking about, and the easiest way to do that is show you in a presentation here, is on this screen, you'll see like just normal branching logic. Maybe at the top, we say, hello, we say, how are you today? What can I help you with? And you've got two options, right? So you're going to have option A right here, and then you'll have option B as far as the flow goes right here. And so how you have to think about this specifically to Drift right now, and I'm sure changes will come in the future, is you have to design out all of these questions in the system first. And you have to get it to a point where there's a goal that you're going to want people to go through if they go through this flow. But it's really not that hard to do that conditional side of things, because these sets of questions, even if there's some overlap, you can ask the same questions twice in Drift. You could essentially take these from the visual side of your whiteboard wall or from the conversational marketing template. And what you have to do is you have to kind of line it up so that the questions are like this. So as you start to make these linear, so essentially what would happen is you can go to option one here. And then of course, if they choose option B, then they could skip to question, in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question 6. So if they skip to question 6, then they could start the rest of the flow. And then that allows for you to have those conversations that are much more precise. So it takes a little bit more work, but at the same time, it allows for you to cater the conversation and to get the information you need. Now, why this is important with Drift is you have goals that you can attach to outcomes of particular questions. Maybe it's that they're not qualified, or maybe it's that they need access to a resource, or maybe you want to set up a meeting link so that someone could meet with a salesperson or a customer service rep. If you can set up these different branches and ask the questions that are needed in order to accomplish each of those goals, you're going to have a chatbot that's very natural, that helps your prospects, and at the same time routes prospects to the right people. So if you have any questions about conversational marketing or drift, please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at RemingtonBeg. If you'd like help with getting this set up for your company, my agency, Impulse Creative, is more than happy to help. If you'd like to see other tutorials we've done, you can go ahead and you can do that right here. And if you'd like to subscribe to our daily video tutorials, you can do that right here. Until next time, I'm Remington from Impulse Creative. Have a great day.